guys. Today's video is how to make a vintage shirt. As you can see guys, see what I'm rocking. Yes, we are going to be making this today, and trust me guys, this sewing tutorial is so easy. It's a beginner friendly kind of tutorial, so watch till the end so that you understand the whole thing, because I'm going to be detailed and we are going to be doing the cutting and stitching of this. Now if this is your first time coming across my channel, consider subscribing and hit on the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of my videos. Now to my returning subscribers, woo, you guys are the best. Thank you for always coming back to support my video and watch my videos and commenting. Guys, I need you guys to comment. Drop your comments. At least tell me where you're watching from. You can show me that with your flag. You can just put your flag, your country flag, in the comment section, and I'm okay with that, so that I know the people that have subscribed to me. I know the Lomzy teams. Yes guys, for this tutorial we're going to be using 1.5 yards of fabric and just a little bit of hemming gum, and we're going to be using medium hairstay. It's called paper gum stay in Nigeria. Let me look for one. Okay, yeah, it's like this. Is very light. Is light. That's what we're going to be using. So guys, let's go to the cutting table. So for us to start this, I have to start with the front. I have my fabric on fold like this. So the next thing I have to decide is the front. I'm going to be adding placket and I'm going to be adding facing for this. So I am going to be adding 1 inch for my bottom placket, and I'm going to be adding 3 inches for my facing. So in total I have 4 inches, and that is it here. From this place to the end is my bust measurements divided by 4 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So my bust is 44 divided by 4 is 11 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, and that is what you have here, 12 inches. So first of all, I am going to cut this open. And for your sake, I am going to be replacing this particular one. I'm going to be replacing it with this so that you'll be able to see my markings. So I'm going to do this. I'm taking this away. The shirt, I want it to be 26 inches, and I'm going to be adding 1 inch for the hemming allowance and 1/2 inch for the joining allowance, which is 27.5 inches. And I'm going to be reducing 2 inches from that 27 inches, and what I will have is 25 inches, 25.5 inches, and that is what I have here. So this is for the front. For the back, so I'm going to be setting this aside and show you the back. So the back is not going to have any allowance for the placket. It's just going to be, because I have folded this in two. I folded this in two. So what we're going to be getting for the back is just the body measurements with the sewing allowance. So what I have, my body divided by 4, 44 divided by 4 is 11 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, which is 12 inches, and that is what I have here. The length for the back, the length we're working with is 26 inches and plus 1.5 inch hemming allowance and joining allowance, which is 26.5, which is 27.5 inches, right? And I'm going to be adding 4 inches to the length of the back, which will make it 31.5 inches, and that is what I have here. So what I'm going to do next is to place the front panel and the back panel together. Now, normally I'm supposed to place this on top and start doing what I'm doing, but I want to place this like so that you'll be able to see my markings. So I want to use this. But one thing you should know is that the two of them are on the same place. The side seam are matching together. The hem line is together. The only difference you have here is the placket difference. So first of all, I would want to shape the lower part of this because I want a curve below here. So doing that, I'm going to be coming up 4 inches this way. And I'm going to be coming 6 inches this way. remember we have 1 inch sewing allowance, so that is where I'm going to be starting from. So this is going to be flat like so. So I'm going to be starting my curve here like this. So it's going to be like this. So I will cut this off. So now I am going to be shifting this upwards like this. So I did this like this because I want to have a yoke on this. So for clarity purpose, this is the center line and this is the placket line. So this is the place that is going to carry your buttons, the button stand. So from here to here is the facing. Next is to mark the armhole length, and the armhole length I'm using is 10 inches, and this is because this is an easy fitting shirt. So I'm going to mark this line here. I will do on this line, I hope you're seeing it. Let me shift this. So on this line, I am going to be coming down 3.5 inches like so. And I'm going to be connecting this line to this line. I will connect this like this. So I'm going to be cutting this off. Next thing I will do is to shift this back to the normal place. And I'm going to be bringing this one back like so. I'm going to be folding it. I'm coming in like 1/2 inch inwards. From here to here, I'm leaving it to be 1/2 inch. I hope you can see that. So on this armhole line, I'm going to be getting the shoulder width. The shoulder width I'm working with is 17 inches. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. And I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch sewing allowance to that, which will give me 8.75. I'm going to mark this here and I'm going to take it up that way. Remember, I'm starting from the center, front and back. So to get the armhole curve, I'm going to be dividing this line by 2. What we have here is 8.75. I'm going to divide that by 2. What I will have is this. And I'm going to be making a curve like this. This will be for the back. For the front, I'm going to be coming in 1/2 inch like this. And I'm going to connect this line like so. So this will be for the front and this is for the back. So I'm going to cut this out. I'll cut the front out later, but for now, let me finish with the neckline. So for the neckline, remember this is the center front, so I'm going to be starting from there. The neck width we're going to be working with is 2.5 inch. I will mark it here. 2.5 inches, and for the neck deep for the front, I'm going to be making that 3.5 inches, which is here. Now I'm going to be connecting this line to this line. Now you have to take note, for the back, I'm not going to be cutting any neck depth. So what I'm going to do is to join this like this. So I'm just going to cut this out like so, only this place. Like that. So I'm going to cut this and make sure I don't cut the back and go that way. So this is what I have like this. So if I turn my back, this is what I'm going to have. I'm going to smoothen this out like so. So I'm going to be notching here and also notch here. Now I'm going to take this out and take care of the front. So with this now, I'm going to cut out this. and I'm going to be folding this. I'm going to be folding this inwards like this and give it a good press. Now just for this facing to lie flat, I'm just going to come in like this. Just for it to lie flat when after I'm done. So I have something like this. So don't mind this. By the time we're done, I'm going to be showing you what we're going to be doing to this. So let's go to the back and work on the facing. For the back, I have gone ahead and cut a yoke for this, and I have also folded it and ironed it. So I'm going to set this aside and we go to the sleeve. So for the sleeve, I want my sleeve to be 8 inches, and I have measured out, this is 8.5 inches, half inch for the sewing allowance, and 8 inches is the length of the sleeve I want. Already I have folded it 1.5 inches inside for the hemming. So if I should include this allowance, it will make it 10 inches. And I have folded it in 4, like this. So the next thing I'm going to be getting is the round armhole for the sleeve. I'm going to be using the length of my armhole for my sleeve. So the length of my armhole, I use 10 inches, and I'm going to be using 10 inches here. Because this is a free, easy fitting shirt, it's a vintage shirt, so vintage shirts are always free. So you go ahead and use that same armhole width. The next thing I have to do is I'm going to be dropping my armhole curve here by 4 inches like this, and I'm just going to make a very clean curve like this. So I'll cut this out. So I'm going to notch this to know the center of the sleeve. So this is what I have as my sleeve. Now I'm going to go to my machine now and stitch this first of all and get it ready to join it to the main bodies. So for me to sew this, getting this ready for sewing, I'm going to notch this place. Remember, I have already notched the first one, but I notched this to know the center. So what I'm going to do now is to close this like this. So I'm going to go to my machine now and join this like this, ½ inch, and sew this place. As you can see, I have done it, sewn it here. So the next thing, I use this color so you see what I have sewn. The next thing I would do is to bring this out like this. Make sure you use a matching thread. If you can see this is coming out, don't use that. I did it because of you guys. So I'm going to do this like this. This is what you will have. You will do the same thing to the other side. So front side facing me, front side facing this way. I'm going to join this together. And the back of the yoke, as you can see, this is the back. I'm going to go ahead and place this like this and join it here. I have joined it and I have sewn it. Make sure when you're sewing this, you sew it at the tip. Sew it at the tip. So this is how it looks. This is the back. So now guys, the next thing we have to do is to fix the sleeve. And for us to do that, we have to place this like so. Make sure the armhole is equal. Doing it like this, we're going to be getting the center of the shoulder, and we're going to be notching this like this. Remember, we already notched the sleeve. So for us to make sure this, is the same with the sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and, do this like so. As you can see, this is okay with this. So I'm going to go ahead and join it now in my machine and get back to you. But before I join it, I'm going to run a stitch on this hem and join it.
So guys, see how neat the sleeve is? Very neat. So the next thing I would do is to go ahead and close the side seam. I'll close the side seam 1 inch like that, and then I go ahead and weave this place. Once I'm done weaving this place, I'll just, do it like this and sew it round. So now we're going to be going to the collar. So to get the collar, I'm going to take the measurement of this from here that way. And what I have is 9 inches on fold. So I'm going to go to my interfacing, soft interfacing. So for the collar, I'm going to use this interfacing. It's a medium interfacing. It's called paper gum stay in Nigeria, and this is the medium one. You can actually use the collar gum stay. There's a collar gum stay is like fabric, but it's light. The light one, you can use it for this. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'll fold it in half like this. Remember, we got 9 inches, but what I have here is 10 inches, and the length I have, or the width I have, is 3.5 inches, and this is going to be the width of the collar. So what I'm going to do here is, at 9 inches, I'm going to be making a line here like this. Yes, 9 inches like that. And I'm going to be coming out this way. So I'm going to connect this like this. Oh. So from the lower part, the part that is going to be joining to the neck, I'm going to be going up 1 inch like that. And I'm going to connect these lines like so. So first of all, I'm going to go like this and then start coming out that way. So this is what I have like that. So I'm going to cut this out. When I open this out, this is how it's going to look. You see how clean this curve is? Yes, this is what we need. And I'm going to go ahead and place this on this fabric and iron it on it. So I have ironed it. As you can see, it's fused onto the fabric, and I have it like this. Let me turn the other way for you to see. Yeah, so this is how it's going to look. So I'm going to use this and cut out a lining for this. And I'll make sure I leave like 1/4 inch that way. So I'm going to go to my machine now and start from here, sew that way, come this way, sew this way, and stop here. So let me do that and show you. As you can see, I left space here. I left space here. So I'm going to turn this over like that. So you can see I'm on hemming the lower part. What I did was just to weave it, overlock this, and then I finished the back like that. So for the front, for the overlap in the front, after hemming this, make sure you overlock this place. So the next thing we have to do is to go ahead and use a hemming gum and hem this.